Hey everybody, Strength Coach Shawn here. Welcome to my first digital follow-along workout during these unprecedented times. The goal here will always be to keep you strong, functional, healthy, and competent. Okay, you will not need any equipment for this workout, save some wall space. Hint, there's some wall sits in this one. It's going to be about 25 to 30 minutes and you can expect to be thoroughly worked. I promise you that. Okay? Preserve your energy, work diligently, listen to my cues, and let's get started. Standing nice and tall, starting with our warm-up. Looking side to side as we deep breathe. This is our posture self-assessment. Never skip this part of the workout. It's very important for our joints, our posture, and our function. Chin to chest, look straight up. Always standing nice and tall, gently preparing the body for what's to come. Good job. And now ears to shoulders, stretching out the side of the neck. Slowly working our way down the chain. Shoulder circles, going backwards, bringing them up towards the ears and then down towards the hips. Loosen up those shoulders. Go ahead and switch directions. Big circles with the shoulder girdle. Taking one arm, keeping it straight, big circles backwards. Try to brush the bicep near the ear. Standing nice and tall, use whatever range of motion your body will allow. And switch directions. Big circles with the shoulders. Same thing for the other side. Arm stays straight. Brush the bicep near the ear as best you can. Big circles backwards. And switch directions. Bring them forward. Beautiful. Good work. Arms out to the side. Big torso twist. As you can see, I'm pivoting on my back foot, keeping the core tight, stretching out that upper body, getting a little bit more dynamic here, increasing the heart rate. Big twist. Great work. Down to the hips. Hands on the hips. Draw big circles with your pelvis. Keep your feet flat. Excellent. And switch directions. Big circles right at the hips. Thoroughly warming up before we start our training. Feet together, touch the toes and reach for the ceiling. Remember, the goal is to keep you healthy, functional, and strong. Good, shake out the tension here. A few jumps. Now we're going to practice some marching. You can do this stationary, like so. Opposite, opposite, core tight, tall posture. Good job. Now, a modified step out. Reaching down, like our little adductor stretch if you can. Same thing for the other side. Hinging the hips back, touching the floor, getting warmed up here. And if you have the space to do it, do some mini back pedals. Be careful of your surroundings. Good. Now that our warm-up's done and we're feeling good, we're going to get into the first round of our body weight circuit. 30 seconds per exercise. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, start. Starting with our wall sit. Keep a tall posture. Your legs are parallel to the floor. Core is engaged. Have that contact with the back of your head on the wall. If you have the space for it, you can perform wall slides with your arms as shown. This is going to be great for your shoulders and scapula. If you don't, that's cool too. Just hold the wall sit, no problem. We're going for 30 seconds this first round. Crawl out into push-up position. You're going to hold halfway. Keep your core tight and hold this as long as you possibly can for 30 seconds. If you absolutely need to, this can be from your knees. But keep your core tight, breathe, and hold this position. You can see that modification right there. Hold, hold, hold. You're doing great. Excellent. Into the bridge. Driving hard with the heels, keeping the glutes tight, keeping the core tight, and keeping those hips up for the 30 seconds. Remember, this is glute tension and core tension, driving with the heels. Hold. Make sure to breathe, but keep that position right there. Good job. Excellent. Now get up into a lunge position, and we're going to hold this stance as shown. Core tight, chest high. We are simply holding a lunge position. If you need to limit the range, you can. Try to get nice and low, as this is going to really tax the legs. Great job. You're doing awesome. So much work with barely any movement. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing. Core tight, chest high. Get into your lunge. Hold it right there. Breathe and focus on your position. That front foot stays planted. The back heel is off the ground. And if you need to limit the range, go ahead and do that. Beautiful. You're doing so good. Almost done. Last part, we're going to hold the hollow position. Legs and arms floating over the floor. Brace that midsection. Tuck the chin. Make sure to breathe, but stay tight. Excellent work. Feel free to support your head if you need to. You can also use a pillow for the back of your head if you need to. Hold, hold, hold. Almost done. So during our rest periods, instead of me just saying take it easy for 30 seconds, I'm going to give you a specific sequence to do. So you're always moving and always training, okay? It's going to be hip circles, toe touches, some light jumps like some shaking out the tension, and then 5 deep breaths. Check it out. Here is your active recovery. Hip circles. 5 each direction. Nice and easy. Let the heart rate come down. Good job. Switch directions. 5 more. Breathing, recovering. Feet together, a little bit of a toe touch. Nice and easy. 5 of these. Shaking out the excessive tension in the muscles with some movement. Now just jump around, shake it out, stay loosey-goosey, chill. When you're ready, 5 big deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We got 2 more big deep breaths. Last one here. Great work. Into round 2, the wall sit for 35 seconds. Legs are parallel to the floor, your core is tight. Do those wall sides if you can, focusing on your posture. Excellent work. Your core is engaged. Hold it. Wall slides are always an option to work that extra posture. Push off the wall, crawl out. Stay tight. Hold the push-up position halfway. Core tight, keep your hands flat on the ground. Make sure you're tight, but breathe. As always, if you need to modify and go on your knees, that's totally fine. Just hold that position as best you can. You're doing great. You can see I come back up and then return slowly to halfway. That's an option too. Excellent work. Into the bridge. Drive hard with the heels. Your core is tight. And if you want something different, let's get the one leg working. So extend the one leg as shown. Drive hard with that heel. And we're going to switch sides halfway through. Good stuff. Keep driving with the heel. Keep the core engaged. Make sure to breathe. Statically holding these positions. Great work. And now we're going to hold this lunge again. Stagger your stance, core tight, chest high. Front foot is flat, and you're going to hold that lunge halfway down. We're really trying to load up those leg muscles. You can see I'm distracting myself with a little bit of shoulder mobility because my legs are burning something fierce. Feel free to do this. Extra shoulder mobility is never a bad thing. Fantastic. Same thing, other leg, switch sides, lunge position, hold that knee about halfway, core tight, reach up with those arms. You can also do whatever you want. Hands can be on the hips if need be. If this is hard for your balance, you can also position yourself near a wall if you have to. Load up those legs. Very good. Doing fantastic. Almost done. Yeah. Hollow position. Compress that midsection. Legs and arms are floating over the floor. Hold it right there. Support your head if you need to. If you want an added challenge, feel free to turn a wee bit. Have the one shoulder clear the floor. This works the obliques like crazy. You can see supporting my head here. That's always an option. And if you need to, your legs can be higher as well if you're feeling this in your back at all. Good work. Into our active recovery. 5 hip circles. Nice and easy. Letting the heart rate come down. Switch directions, 5 more hip circles. Obviously, at any point, if you need to pause this video and take a longer break, feel free to do so. Reaching down. A little bit of toe touches, letting the tension dissipate from the muscles. Great work. Shake out that tension. Here we go. A few light jumps. And then into our 5 big, deep breaths. This is great training. Don't think of this as resting. Think of this as training your breathing mechanics. Exhale. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Focusing on our posture. Great job. 2 and 1. Excellent. You're doing great. One more round. We're going to go 40 seconds per exercise here. Time to push it, okay? Rock and roll. 3, 2, 1, start. Here we go. Last round. 40 seconds for the wall sit. Keep that core tight. If you really want an added challenge, center the one leg, and we are going to do the wall sit single leg style as shown. Every 5 seconds, I'm switching legs. This is a lot more challenging than you'd think. Keep your core tight. Drive your foot in and away from you into the floor. I'm holding extra balance, leveraging my hands on the wall here as well. The regular wall sit is more than fine with this one too. Nice. I've transitioned back into the regular wall sit. Okay, good job. Crawl down. Hold that push-up position halfway. Excellent. For the added challenge, I hooked my leg. So I have only 3 points of contact right now. Excellent. I'm switching about halfway through, holding that push-up position. You got it. Keep your core tight. As always, modify if need be. You can go down to your knees. Play with whatever range of motion you want. This is taxing the upper body. Great work. Into the bridge, single leg style. Drive hard with the leg, down into the ground. Think about your glutes, think about your core. And I will cue you to switch when we're halfway. Excellent work. Switch legs, drive with the heel, keep the hips up, core stays tight. You're doing great. Last round like this and we're going to move on. Great job. The legs are going to feel the burn here with these lunge holds. Now we're actually going to hold it, but we're going to pulse up and down a little bit. Good. Core is tight, chest is high. I'm just playing in that dirty range where we're really taxing the muscles. Always engaging the core, being very aware of our posture, pulsing up and down as shown. Take breaks if you need it, but try not to. Great work. Excellent. Go ahead and switch sides. Get into your lunge position. Front foot stays flat. Core is tight. The back heel stays off the ground the whole time. Keep the core tight. Breathe and pulse up and down as shown. Use whatever range of motion your body will allow. You're doing fantastic. We're almost done. I can really feel this in my legs here. Wow. Great work. Last but not least, hold the hollow position for the last time. Core stays tight. Legs and arms are floating over the floor. Stay tight, but breathe. If you need to, if you feel this in your back, raise your legs up. But if you can, hold them closer to the floor as shown. This is like a plank, but facing the sky. Stay tight. We're almost done. You're doing great. Good job.
After you've taken a little bit of a break, set a timer for 3 minutes. Actually, you don't have to set a timer. You can follow along with me. We're going to crawl for 3 minutes straight, only taking short breaks if you need to. I'll show you different variations as we go, but try to do the sequence that I'm doing as best you can. Okay, this is the last thing we're going to do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, start.
Position yourself in a down dog. Alternate walking the dog. When you're ready, crawl forward. Push off with the one leg, reach forward with the opposite arm. Keep the hips high for now. This is going to train your coordination, your shoulder mobility, your wrist flexibility. It's going to stretch out the hamstrings and calves. It's a tremendous drill. Crawl forward and then crawl backwards. Use whatever space you have available. Forwards again for 5 or 6 paces if you can, and then come backwards. Excellent work. We're sticking with that A-frame for now. We're crawling back and forth. When you're able to, lower your hips so your knees are just floating over the floor. And we're going to crawl. Pushing off the floor, reaching forward with the opposite arm. And now we're going to transition into the crab walk as best you can. We're going nice and slow here.
Chest high, shoulders down. Crawling backwards and forwards for a bit. This is the crab walk. If you need to, you can hold this position statically, meaning just hold the position if you have to. Transition back into the bear crawl. Try to keep moving. Pretend like you're balancing something heavy on your back. We're always working that opposite pattern, forwards and backwards. We're simply bear crawling right now with our knees close to the floor. Transition back to the crab walk. You're doing fantastic. Keep moving. Backwards and forwards. Baby steps with the crab walk. Now back to the bear crawl. Very slow, very controlled, focusing on all the subtleties, really listening to your body. If you need to take short breaks, do so, but try to keep moving. We're continuing that bear crawl. Keep going, doing great. Let my voice guide you through this. Don't look at the screen if you don't need to. Transition back into the crab walk, chest high, shoulders down, staying on our heels, keeping the hands flat. Again, you can just hold this position if you have to. You're doing fantastic. Keep moving into that crab walk. We're almost done. Forwards and backwards. Great job.
Well done. Okay, good job. I don't know about you, but I was thoroughly worked. We're gonna stretch right now. We're gonna take 5 minutes and stretch. I'll give you a few suggestions, but I invite you to take the time, listen to your body, and stretch what is tight as you deep breathe. If you weren't adequately challenged, there's a couple options. Do this video again, or do some more crawls. Download my Shy Guy Strength app. I'm actually going to be including these videos on the app as well. Okay, so there's a lot of options for you. But don't overdo it. Preserve your strength. Our immune systems need to be at high function right now. Okay, so if that was great for you, stretch it out. If you want to do this video again, you're more than welcome to. Okay, if you need extra tips, extra coaching, you can email me personally, right? strengthcoachshawn@gmail.com. Again, if you want more resources, download my Shy Guy Strength app, available at both Android and Apple. And we'll talk to you soon. Strong, confident, and capable, kind, compassionate, and happy. Stay healthy, stay strong.
Now for our cool down. Grab your ankle, stretch out the quads as shown. You can do this standing if you'd rather. Try to have the calf touch your hamstrings and stretch out the front thigh. Just relax. Spend as much time as you need to on these positions. I'm showing you what it looks like, but take extra time if you're feeling particularly tight. Make sure to do both sides, holding the calf, stretching out the quads. Deep breathe as you stretch. Cross the one leg over as shown, almost like a modified pigeon pose, and you can see that I'm prying back and forth. And then when you're ready, let it come down to the ground in a twist. This will stretch out the outside of the hip quite well. Deep breathing. Go ahead, try the other side. Again, spend as much time as you need to with these positions. Deep breathing, stretching out the hips. And finally, holding a Sphinx type pose where the chest is high, the hips are relaxed, and all you're focusing on is breathing.
Well done. We'll see you next time.